For all the YouTube members, send in whatever topic you want to talk about. Specifically, we were going to go over Saturday night's main event.
What's there to talk about Saturday night's main event? To be honest with you,
Whatever people want to talk about, jack off.
Well, I'm just
saying. I'm going to make a comment about Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event was a glorified house show.
1,000%.
And it's just like, I mean, if people want to talk about it, I'm honestly curious of what you want to talk about. Because I'll talk about it, but like I don't think it was the only entertaining.
Well, that's originally why we were going to do this, but here's the thing about Saturday night main event. What I did like about it is this whole year in AAA, since it was the nostalgia tour, we would start every TV show with a VHS tape being put into the recorder and like an old TV set, right? And they kind of did that with the old TV set and the colors. I like how they played that 80s song Obsession, because I like when they put 80 songs in movies, like whether it's what do you call this? What's that movie? Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Yeah. And like the other day I was watching Beetlejuice, and they had a lot of 80 songs. And in that series, The Boys, which I'm actually in the last season 4, they play a lot of 80s song. I like seeing just her with the boa. That was great. It reminded me of the old days. I like how they started live from New York, and then McAfee, it's Saturday night main event, since Saturday Night Live is, going to be a couple hours after. But to tell you the truth, I'm just like you. I was underwhelmed. They didn't do any promos. They didn't do any run-ins. They didn't do anything that would make you want to see, like if you were a new viewer and you hadn't seen it in a while, anything that would make you want to see Raw. Maybe they're saving everything for Netflix, but I was very underwhelmed.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that. It was literally, I thought it was going to be something special.
Me too.
Like
the matches were good.
Like an overbooked, well-booked show with a lot of shit going on and everything. To me, bro, I mean, to be honest with you, this is a show you could have written down on paper in 2 minutes and just put it on paper and send it to the production, and this is the show. Like, for real. Like, you've been in production before, Cody. Like, it was like, okay, let's intro Jesse, cue Pat, go to announcers, intro match, match is over, commercial. There was like, what I didn't realize is that I always thought like the Hulu, like, and they do cut some of the stuff off Hulu because like I read some of the stuff and like say I didn't see that. Dude, there's 3.5-minute commercial breaks on these shows, on SmackDown and Raw on USA, like 3.5 minutes. Like they're literally selling like a quarter of the show ads or is
advertising. But Disco, how's that different from football? How many commercials are there in football?
They're not 3.5 minutes long though. It's like 2 minutes. Tops. Not during the game. It's like 2 minutes. There's a lot of them, and they cost more. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, there's a lot of them because I'm like, damn.
I mean, there are a lot.
Another commercial.
Yeah. There are a lot, but the commercial, like, dude, I was like looking like, I can't believe these things are like 3.5. Like, I didn't really notice this that it's 3.5 minute ad breaks. I'm looking like
it's almost like if you haven't
six or seven. There's like 7 3.5 minute ad breaks. It's like 20. It's like a half hour of ads.
It's almost like if you have an hour show. It's like every 15 minutes or every 13 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is why I want to bring up a point. I'm very curious, as to how the content going forward on Netflix is going to be on streaming. Because you're not having 3.5 minute commercial breaks, and you're literally telling us you're going to put 3 hours, which now it's like, now it's like 2 hours, okay? But it's like a half hour of ads. And like if you're going streaming, 3 hours of streaming, dude, you're like doubling the actual content on the show. Dude, this shit might suck. I'll be brutally honest. Like
Well, we'll
nobody
find
wants.
out with the
Yeah,
ratings, but I'll tell you what, if they're gonna be like these, I have no interest.
I 100% agree. Hughes, what did
And
you
I used
think?
to be a big fan of Saturday Night Main Event. Remember the
Yeah,
original one?
I did too.
Those
But
were
like,
great.
yeah, but the Saturday night events, but we're back during a different time period where the suspension of disbelief was a little bit different, and Andre wrestling Hogan
Right.
on live TV like drew 30 million
Plus, you had
people. Like,
Mean
oh, yeah,
Gene, and you
yeah,
had,
yeah, right,
yeah.
right.
What do you think,
I want to hear. I want to hear what
Hughes?
Joe and Hughes like. I want to hear what Joe and Hughes you think. Joe Hughes, what
I
did you think?
I
Let me hear.
watched
Let me hear Joe first. Go ahead.
I watched
Bro, you interrupt every fucking day on everything we do.
All right, knock it off, Hughesy. If you think
I
you're gonna do these edits and stuff, everything, I'll leave and do
he
abruptly.
will. He will leave. I
Good
watched the
deal.
whole thing. I even got my wife to watch because I sold her on the fact that there was going to be it wasn't going to be normal. There'd be more stars and people she'd recognize and stuff. And she said the same thing, Di. She's like, that was just like watching Raw. You know, it wasn't. I liked the show.
It's worse than watching Raw. There was no in-ring promos or angles.
That's true. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
all
the only angle was Rhea Ripley coming out and
Yep.
going face to face with Liv.
Staring
Ooh.
at her.
Right. While the other one had the belt over her head. Like,
Dude,
really?
if they
Why
would
are you clotheslining her?
let me tell you how much better it would have been if you wanted to like draw an audience, hit them with kind of like controversial content. Okay, is if they would have opened the show with Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens and done that angle they did on social media after the match, like on the live show.
You know
Right.
what I almost felt? Like
how much
every
more
match,
controversial would that have been?
right?
You know?
Every match was interesting and it was a good match. And it's almost like, okay, the matches are good. Like AEW, the matches are good. That's all that matters. They didn't do anything. And this is when when you're producing a TV show, you want to leave stuff so people tune in again. What did they do to make us want to see Raw?
Dude,
Let me ask you guys. You
Go
know,
ahead.
Konnan as a present day booker, Disco from the various creative teams. What's the mindset between them using the angle off the air? Why wouldn't you just finish the show like that? Is it because they wanted to go out with Cody holding the belt, and they'll just, you know what I mean? Like, what was
Because way more people are going to watch it. The viral content gets way
Yeah,
more.
digital blows away TV.
Yeah, blows away
If you're
TV.
seeing, bro, you're seeing cutbacks in every TV network. You like Univision, which is the top Spanish network. They laid off like 30% of their staff. Some of the biggest names in the history of Univision. I mean, little by little, just like digital was an ancillary content, TV will be that.
Mm-hmm.
right?
What did you see it hugely?
I did, but before I tell you what I think, Frank M. in last
Wasn't there a
week.
letter before this one?
Yeah, but those were member comments. Enjoyed the show and Jesse was great, but it felt like a good Raw. I watched it on Peacock on West Coast, so I don't think the actual ratings will be amazing. I'm sure a lot watched it on the cock. Get it?
Yeah, you would know about that. But anyways,
I know what you mean.
this wasn't even a good Raw, bro. I mean, you're giving him way too much credit. I've seen some great Raws this year and some great SmackDowns, and this was not a good Raw.
This is what it sounds like to me. They worked NBC to put this shit on their network, and they literally gave him nothing.
Yep.
I said, we're gonna have all these we're gonna have Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, and we're gonna have Drew McIntyre. We're gonna have all this stuff, and like, yeah, let's do it. You guys are hot right now, and they gave him that and nothing else.
Well, I wonder if the rating will be high because of curiosity, or if it'll be low. You know what I'm saying?
They won't even beat Collision. Collision will do better rating than they did.
Really?
About that one. What do you
Did
think?
you see what? Did you see what Collision? Did you see the counter programming on Collision, Konnan? Because that, to me, that is the most entertaining story of the.
Wasn't it Saturday Night Main Event?
Well, Saturday Main Event was going head to head with Collision.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to hear? Because I was watching both. I was flipping back and forth. Do you want to hear what they were counter programming with on Collision?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So Collision, okay, had some had some very interesting stuff. All right. Collision had started off with, okay, so Saturday's main event starting. They have the big, and the arena's, it's it's Uniondale, where the Islanders
Hot
used to
crowd.
play, packed.
Where we used to wrestle.
They've got the crowd lit, like all the lights are on, so you can see that all the seats are filled. Okay. Collision has about the 6th or 7th row. They had the building was darkened, so you couldn't see past the 6th or 7th row of people. Okay,
That's how bad the house was, right?
Atrocious. Okay, so they started off right with this. They had promos from Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher because they had a Continental Classic match later in the show, and they wanted to cut a promo for that. Okay?
Yeah, setting a match up. Nice.
Remember when they used to say in WCW right before the show, everybody would scream, "Let's start off hot." They started off hot.
Oh well, actually, let me go back. They had backstage footage, okay, and it was Ospreay thanking Darby because the kid was going to beat Ospreay up with the chair after their Continental Classic match last week, so Darby came out and prevented it. Okay,
so this is countering Zayn and Drew, right?
Or just like the intro of Saturday Night's Main Event, like this.
Right.
They're both okay. And Alan, who says something's going to happen unless they stop the Death Riders. Ospreay spoke about the tournament, the things he has going on, and then Alan pressed Ospreay, who said he needs to win the tournament and get momentum.
Right.
You know what Ospreay did? He told Alan to knock on his door after the tournament if he needs someone in the foxhole with him. So they're gonna be they had a conversation to open up this show that they're gonna form an alliance when this tournament's over. It sounds like.
Okay, before you continue, this guy KA87 puts Disco on next, stole the show. He probably pissed off a lot of people. What were you putting on the Twitter?
Well, I tweeted in big giant letters. Okay, the Beast Mortals versus Okada is on Collision Blue League match. Then I tweeted also. I tweeted, I'm fixing to watch Collision. Is there anything else on TV tonight? And people actually were, because what type of responses would you expect from that?
Incredulous.
About 30% of the people didn't realize I was being sarcastic, and were like, tweeted, "Well, Saturday Main Event is on."
What a bunch of no.
Bro, that's how easy like these fans are. So okay, well let me finish. Okay, so you know what they started off with?
You just told me.
No. Those are the interviews. The first match that went up against Drew versus Sammy. They counter program with Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale and to qualify for the International Women's Cup. This is a match. This is how it's described: Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale to qualify for the International Women's Cup match. So you're channel surfing.
Right.
You turn on one show, the arena's packed, it's live and stuff, everything, and you're counter programming with Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale in an arena that looks like where you can hear like individual claps from the people. Like how there's not enough people in the crowd to have like you can hear like individual like it sounds like applause instead of like a crowd response. And like you're choosing between these two and I could not imagine the type of person that would settle on Collision. Like, I'm going to watch this instead of the Saturday Night's Main Event.
The sickles, bro. And here's some guy that the wrestling old head put 100 people thought Disco was hacked.
Oh my god. But Collision was atrocious. Just a bunch of Blue League matches and I don't know. It's like, but honestly, like I was very underwhelmed with Saturday Night's Main Event because I thought that they would do, like I said, bro, how much more interesting would this have been to wrestling an audience on national TV if they would have done the Cody Rhodes angle after the match with Kevin Owens, if they would have opened the show with that?
Well, or even this Punk shooting on Seth and Seth attacking, and we start off hot. You know what I'm saying? Like they did nothing extra, bro.
Nothing. Did
You
they
know, like when
advertise?
you go to a fast food place, they don't put napkins, ketchup, mustard, nothing, and you're like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
it's
Or like,
literally old Georgia Championship Wrestling, where they announced the match. They had the Saturday morning TV show. They did the angles. They announced the matches. You went to the Omni. You paid the ticket. You walked through the turnstiles. You sat in their seat, and that was the show you saw. The announces that they matched on the Saturday morning show, and like that's it. After the show was over, they did an angle that went viral on YouTube or on social media and everywhere. And
right.
I'm like, why did you like? I'm like, that was the best thing that you guys had last night. Why did you do it after the show was over? When you had a national televised audience tuning into your show?
And Owens,
I'm just absolutely bizarre. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know who thought, like, who made the decision to do it that way. But I would have been, if I was in, I've been in booking meetings, Conan, you have too. I would have been vehemently arguing, why don't we just open the show with this? This is very compelling stuff. And like, we'll draw, like, and people will, like, as you're watching the show, and it's on national TV, it's on NBC, you're hearing, like, people are tweeting, like, and bro, you're tuning in. Why did you do it when the show was over? I'm like,
Exactly. A lot of head scratching.
What
scratching.
are you guys doing there? It's like,
Let me say this so this doesn't get, Glyph, get DI $20 webcam. That laptop cam is a shits. Now is it the lighting or the laptop?
No. Let me tell you something, Glyph. Okay, this is schmuck here. Whoever you are, for $2, you said this, dude. I'm at my mom's house. It's dark outside. I'm in my old bedroom. I have the light on, but one of the bulbs is out, and I have the lamp on next to me. The lighting's not good here. Who gives a rat's ass? Okay, you can hear what I'm saying. So this isn't like a. Oh, by the way, Glyph, tune in on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern at 11. What time are we doing this, Conan?
With Tyrus?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern time? Or
yes.
11 p.m. Okay, yes, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We are having a live show with Tyrus from Fox News and from the NBA. So and my lighting.
He's very hard to get a hold of, bro, because he's touring like all around the United States and making really good money. Because he showed me once, and he was like, and so he's very busy, and usually he charges a very hefty fee, and he was cool with he's coming on the show during the holidays, and he didn't hit us with the hefty fee.
Interesting.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.